Hey guys, MG here. So as I promised on the last video, we are going to discuss why we celebrate 50 days for Easter. So as we commonly know Easter Sunday, that is the day Jesus rose from the dead. That is just the beginning of the Easter season. Easter continues on for 50 days until Pentecost Sunday. So there is 8 weeks of Easter, which we should be treating as Easter Sunday every week. And Pentecost Sunday is when Jesus descended as the Holy Spirit before the apostles and his other followers. So the entire season is to be considered as one, also known as Easter Tide or the Great Lord's Day. Now it is also referred to as the Great Sunday of the Year, and that is because of the ratio. Proportionately, Easter, the 50 days of Easter, as ratioed with 365 days of the year, is very similar to 1/7 is 1/7, as in Sunday is to the week. So it is also referred to as the Great Sunday of the year. So what is 1/7 of your life to dedicate to Jesus, who gave us everything, right? But so many of us have lost sight throughout the years of that. And I just kind of wanted to sit back and put everybody in a perspective, because how can we think Jesus doesn't have feelings? Like how would you feel if you were in his shoes? So let's just follow me on this little scenario here. Okay, you're a parent and you have many children, okay? And some of your children, and you've given them everything you could imagine. Like you've given them every gift that you could imagine for their happiness. You wanted to give them everything. And some took it for granted, some appreciated it, but they all were different. And some of those children, they communicated with you every single day, and they told you how much they loved you. Some of your other children, once a week you'd hear from them, and some of your other children, you only heard from them when they wanted something, and then you had some other children that didn't believe you were really their parents. Okay. But regardless, you still loved them. You still wanted them to have everything. So you wanted to give them some rules, some guidelines to follow. So you gave them some. Some were pretty good at following them, some not good at all. Some struggle more than the others, but at least they try. And of course, the ones that don't believe you're their parent, then they're not going to follow rules to begin with, even though they're following their own rules. Even though they may still be on pretty close, it's still hurtful that they don't recognize you as their parent. So that's hurtful right there. Okay, now, but regardless of all that, you still love them all. Dearly love them. Now, because they're not following the rules, they have gotten themselves in some big trouble. We are talking life-altering trouble, okay? And because you love them so much, you've actually given your life up. You sacrificed your life instead of theirs because you wanted them to live forever. You wanted them to continue living. So how much more, gosh, you've given them everything. So now let's say these are your children and you have sacrificed everything. So now it's Mother or Father's Day. Now for story's sake, okay, you've risen from the dead. Now it's Mother or Father's Day. And these children that you have given so much to. Okay, you've got some of them, they call you up real quick. Hey, I'm sorry, I'm real busy with family, but hey, happy Mother's Day, happy Father's Day, boop, gotta go by. Boop, real quick, whoop. Then some of your other children are like, oh my gosh, they want to honor you. They are so grateful for everything you did for them, everything you gave them. They are dedicating the entire day for you. Okay, they are from morning till night. They are showing how much gratitude they have for you, how much honor they have for you. How does that make you feel? Probably pretty good, huh? Okay, and then the other ones, they might just say, hey, I need something. You might hear from them on Mother's or Father's Day because they want something, okay? And the other ones, you're not going to hear from them at all, because why are they going to contact you? Because they don't believe you're their parent, right? So, but still, once again, you love them all the same. But just because you love them doesn't mean it doesn't hurt. So how can we think Jesus doesn't have feelings? How can we believe that? So the moral, or the point I want to get at is, this is Easter. This is the most glorious recognition of what Jesus did for us. Jesus died for us. So how can we just blow it off one quick day, or even that, or sometimes not even recognize him at all for that day? We get so caught up in the family or the egg hunts or whatever else that we don't even really recognize what the reason is. And how do you think he feels? So are you happy with the child you are? Like, do you feel that you want to possibly do something different? Well, if you do, the good news is there's still 5 more Sundays to go. So we have 5 Sundays in May. Easter season goes until May 31st. So it's not too late to honor Jesus, to show him how much you appreciate what he has done for us. And what better way to do that than to show your kindness towards one another, to love one another, because we are all children of God. We should all be treating each other kindly, because Jesus is in each and every one of us. Never mind the fact that to communicate with Jesus, let him know and honor him. So with this interactivity, I actually want to, in addition to, Easter 101, I'm going to go through a few symbols, because a lot of us, of course, when we hear Easter, we think, oh, the bunny and the eggs. And so I'm going to mention, I'm going to give you the spiritual symbol for each one of those. Now, of course, the bunny we have here, the bunny represents fertility and new life, everlasting life, which we've been given. Doesn't get better than that. How much love does Jesus have for us? Of course, we can dedicate some of that. Show our love back. That's all he wants, is our love. Our love for him and our love for one another. How about the egg? Okay, the egg also is a symbol of rebirth, but it's also a symbol of hope, because it is not in full fruition. And then, of course, and this is my favorite symbol, because right now this is part of the activity, the candle, also known as a Paschal candle for Easter. But the Easter candle represents the light of Christ. It also represents the light after the darkness, Jesus rising from the dead. Okay? So for this interactivity, this video, I want us to hashtag Shine Bright. Also hashtag 50 Days of Easter. Underneath this video, in the Facebook group Shine Bright to Make a Difference, that's Shine Bright to Make a Difference in Facebook, underneath this video, hashtag Shine Bright, with a picture of a candle, or, what, there's nothing that has lightened my mood or brightened my mood more in this quarantine time than having my white lights up. Put your white lights up, include your children. Make sure they recognize, because we've lost so much throughout the years. And how would you feel if you've done so much, but you were no longer being honored, especially when you suffered? And think about how much he suffered for us. Not only did he suffer physically, think about this as your children. Put yourself in his scenario again. You gave your life for your children, but not only did you suffer tremendously physically, physical pain, but emotional pain, because your children participated in your own death. But you still did it because you love them that much. You never stopped loving them that much. You never stopped forgiving them. But do you want to be the child that takes that for granted? Or do you want to be the child that loves Jesus back? Okay? So I just wanted to give you that viewpoint, a little more thought into it. but why we would be celebrating the 50 days of Easter. So I'm hoping I have you guys on board because we have plenty to go. We have 5 more Sundays to go, including this Sunday. So I hope to have more people participate and want to be a part of the 50 days of Easter. And until I see you guys again, shine bright. Mwah!